All right, now we have a slightly more crowded sofa this time. We have Liam here recovering from the hard run. And the game we have next is...
Oh, my mic is up. Is it working? It works.
It does work.
Check. 1, 2.
Are we switching over now?
Are we good? Are we good? Okay, hello
Okay.
everybody. It's me, I'm the game. Welcome to Sonic CD. I put in brackets 1993 because there are 2 releases of this game. One was in 1993 and one was a remake in 2011. This is the original release. It's significantly more broken, and we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to see what happens. I'll introduce my couch briefly. Well, they can introduce themselves.
I'm Fo. We're all Sonic runners, but I run Sonic 1 mainly.
I'm Liam. I run Little Big Planet, and I was also at Break the Record Live for Sonic Mania. So,
Fancy.
Yeah.
I'm Servalot, and I run Sonic 1.
Yeah, we're racing it later.
Yeah, Fo and Servalot are going to be racing that later, so that's going to be fun. Stay tuned for that if you're a Sonic fan. Ali also has a button that he might be pressing from time to time, so I don't know if that came through. Either way, I'm ready to get started when you are. Usually we'd have this game timed in IGT or in-game time, but since this is a marathon, I sort of adjusted it to RTA, and we're gonna see what happens. Soft reset. There we go. We have audio. That's a good sign.
We do have audio. We also have video, although it appears to be slightly off-center.
Oh, there we go.
Ah, there we go.
I don't like the fact that I can see myself over there. Hello. Hi, me. Hello. Oh, my audio is quite delayed. Oh. I think it's good now.
All right, and when does time start?
I suppose time will start as soon as I press new game, which will be in 3, 2, 1, go. Woo! Okay, so just as a precursor to this run, I am running on an emulator that I have not ran on in a fair few years. Also, you'll see the game feed pausing at certain times. Don't worry, that is not stuttering. That is me pausing, because this game is ran in in-game time, or IGT. We kind of, I say have the freedom, not really, but we have the ability to pause abuse, which, you know, think what you will of it, but it makes for certain tricks being much easier to pull off, and it gives us much more capability as to what we can pull off. One of the more crucial things about this run is the moving peel out. You'll see at the start of a lot of the stages, or during certain points of the stages, I'll charge up, like Sonic will charge up, not as a spin dash. That's called a peel out. It was introduced in this game. We can abuse that, starting in Collision Chaos 1. Oops. We'll be able to abuse that to... I have no idea where I am. Okay, yes I do. We'll be able to abuse that to essentially walk through walls, which is going to be really cool to show off.
This is the main difference between this original version and the re-release, right? The peel outs.
No, yeah. I'll let my couch commentate for me a little bit more so I can concentrate.
The speedrun's way cooler because you can do the moving peel outs in the original.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we're all pausing joys here at the moment, at this particular marathon.
Yeah.
Not all of the Sonic runners, just the ones here.
Yeah. So yeah, if you see the game feed stuttering, that is likely me pausing. I notice now that there is a cursor, a mouse cursor on the screen. I'll get rid of that in just a second. There we go, it's gone.
If you think about it, if you need to jump on a frame-perfect frame, if you pause just before that frame somewhere, you can see by experience whether you're 1 frame early, 2 frames early, 3 frames early, and then try and jump that many frames after you unpause.
I was doing a pause buffer there to try and release my peel out at a very specific time, so that I could avoid going round the entire loop and fall straight through the hole. And it didn't go quite to plan, but that's okay. Only loses.
Straight in the pipe off screen.
Yeah. Only lose a couple of seconds. So this is going to be the first instance of a moving peel out. I'm going to clip inside this wall. And then do two,
There he goes.
one frame left tap. So perhaps one of you would like to explain how level wraps work in this game?
Yeah, level wraps in many classic Sonic games.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so when Sonic gets stuck in like solid collision, you can hit, which is basically the game is like freaking out and wants to push Sonic out of the wall. So anything you hold, the opposite direction Sonic moves. There we go. It's actually working now.
Right, start again.
Okay, so anytime like Sonic goes into a solid wall, the game gets confused and wants to push him out the opposite direction that you're holding. So 3 goes in that purple sort of wall in that previous level, held left, so Sonic traveled right. And when Sonic travels off the boundary of the screen really quickly, he can basically overflow his X position, and he just
Underflow
wraps.
even.
Oh, underflow. There you go. And he wraps to the other side of the level.
Yeah,
Where
Sonic's,
often the like the ending is. So
Sonic's X coordinate is not assigned integer in memory, so if you try and go to a negative X coordinate, it'll just wrap to the highest possible X coordinate. Nice signpost.
Yeah, very cool signpost. To explain a little bit more about how the moving peel out works, what I do is, well, actually, I'll do this first and then I'll explain it, because this involves a moving.
Oh, it's a really short level, right?
Yeah. Hopefully. Oh, nearly. So there's a way that you can save 2 seconds by just going straight over the top, but if not, it's fine because you can just phase through that wall. So the way, like, how to perform a moving peel out, at least, you'll charge up a peel out, and then if you pause and hold down and right at the same time, unpause and repause, and then you can hold any combination of, I believe any combination of like horizontal and vertical input, so up, left, right, down, right, and Sonic is still in his like charge up state, so he loses collision with like all of the walls and stuff until he releases the peel out, and that allows him to phase through walls.
Are you actually going to time travel here? That's a mechanic of this game, by the way.
Yeah, this game has time traveling. We're about to go to the future where Robotnik's taken over everything, and it's all very depressing.
Shout out to the soundtrack of this game, because every level has 3 separate like original compositions for the past, the present, and the future, which is crazy.
I'm gonna try and pack this up. So usually what I do is I just I'd keep my momentum and I would time travel back to the present, I believe. It avoids this water section falling down, which saves a little bit of time. I ended up falling down because I timed one of my jumps a little bit late, but thankfully there's a spring there where I can back it up, and then it only loses a couple seconds because of that water section.
There's actually a level wrap in this level as well, but like it's really, really difficult.
It's in that modern era of level wraps in the classic Sonic community, where you have to start pressing every button frame perfectly from the very start of the level in order to make your sub-pixel position, you know, good enough for the level wrap to work. So a lot of things have become, in the past couple of years, like as close to TAS as you're getting in real runners.
Yeah, you have to hold right. You have to pause on like 0.87 seconds or something, and then hold right, and then jump, and then so you can hold right.
Okay.
In this game, you have the centiseconds up there. Normally, you see classic Sonic games have full seconds timing on the timer. This game, you actually get the point whatever of a second as well. So you can use it in that kind of monkey ball-esque way, where if you pause the game on a certain number of centiseconds, you can know that's the frame to start holding a certain input.
Yeah, I tried to do a time travel strat there, but it's quite a difficult one to line up. It requires you to avoid all of those orbs and bounce off one of the enemies, and it allows you to go back to the past and then clip through a wall to save a little bit of time. I'm going to set up for something here. Okay, that was 1 frame early.
That was an example of trying to go for that, looking for a certain centisecond, right?
Yeah. I was attempting to phase through 2 walls at once there, but it didn't work. That's fine.
Doing one at a time instead.
Yeah,
Oh,
upcoming
Plus
is
that sucker to death.
relatively precise, quick boss kill.
Let's see.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, that's very difficult because if you fail it, you lose, what was it, about 30-40 seconds to having to pop all of the boss's bubbles.
Yeah. Those bubbles, which were obviously glitched, the sprites weren't as they're supposed to be there. They were supposed to be bubbles. Normally you have to break them all to finish the boss fight, but yeah, if you exactly precisely jump through the one that you break.
Yeah, there's, it's a bit of a complicated setup, but it's not the hardest thing in this run. See if I can get this. Ah, that's a shame. I'll try one more time.
Oh, this is a wacky time travel.
Yeah.
So normally you have to stay moving for long enough that time
There we
travel
go.
triggers.
So, because of this time travel, like, our positioning is a little bit messed up.
Yeah, the
And-
level geometry changes.
Yeah, the level geometry changes, which means that when Sonic travels to the future, he's inside a wall, and then what we can do is initiate another level wrap by holding right to go left at zip speed, and zip speed is fast enough for you to pass that left boundary, and of course, go too far left, it sends you to the highest possible position right.
As long as you're on one side of the level boundary on one frame and on the other side of it on the next frame,
Yeah.
you're moving that fast that it doesn't detect the collision.
I completely forgot about that level wrap, by the way.
That's one of the newest ones that was when it was being run for a tournament. Then a lot of new stuff was getting
Yeah.
labbed out.
It was, I believe, Worcester who discovered that one. He wasn't partaking in the tournament. He just sort of discovered it one day, and it was like, oh, this is cool. This saves, what, eight-ish seconds, give or take. And the Tidal 2 wrap that was previously mentioned was found by Eandis, who I have to give a quick shout out to, because, please turn right. There we go.
You only want to turn right for one frame there.
Yeah. Makes it much easier to get through that wall. And we're going up.
Yeah, it seems like whenever there's a tournament that happens in the classic Sonic games, there's like 5 new skips that get discovered.
Yeah, that level didn't go quite to plan, but it's alright. But yeah, so the Tidal 2 wrap was discovered by Eandis, and there are runners in this community like Eandis and Joey Baby, to name a few, well, to name two, who put a lot of time and effort into discovering like these crazy strats or adapting what used to be TAS-only strats.
Yeah, it's a great skill to take a TAS and then
Okay, I'll take that.
make it into something that's RTA viable.
Yeah.
Look at the skill
So
on this man.
what I just did
Are we
there.
holding right?
Yeah, holding right, the boss. The thing that I did at the start of level there is ironically called Owlless, because we thought it'd be funny to name a strat after a Super Mario 64 strat. Essentially, if you jump on a specific frame on the conveyor belt after landing on it, you can skip having to do the like moving peel out at the bottom, which loses a little bit of time, because you can jump across all of like the top path at a very quick speed.
Backing right now.
Quite literally working that sucker to death.
Yes. Sonic's clearly quite happy about that level.
Sonic CDs.
Okay, 3go. What would you say is the hardest trick in this game?
This level. This level.
Doing this
Is it actually
level
this level?
correctly.
Okay.
Okay.
It's just the movement in this level.
I don't run this game, so explain.
So you have a restart in this game, like actually hardwired into the game, so you can restart the level if you would need to reset these cycles here. Because getting the correct cycles on these.
Okay, I have no idea what cycles I'm on.
So if you
at
mess
this
up your
point.
cycles, you just
Yeah.
die and like restart it?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, because the entire floor of this zone is, if you land on it, you bounce to the roof.
Yeah.
But where
Alright.
you want to be is always near the floor, so it's really hard to get back down to where you want to be.
Okay. Okay. Not.
No, it's
come
fine.
on.
You have a roof to bounce
yeah,
off
I
of.
have a roof to bonk on here. So I would usually do the start of that level a different method. That's a backup method. But we made it past the scary section, and now we are going to do a combination of moving peel-outs and get to a specific point. Nice. And then once we reach that specific, like, air pocket, if you will, we can climb up to the top of the level, which is conveniently where the signpost is, and we can finish the stage.
Some specific non-soft locking out-of-bounds movement there, right?
Yeah. I think so. Another level wrap coming up that was discovered during the build-up to that aforementioned tournament. If you travel to the past, the top of the stage has some interesting collision, and we're going to abuse that to clip into some walls and do some fun things.
Looking for specific messed up terrain cues here.
Yeah. I need to get... I think I've been... Yeah, okay. I was half-zipped, or in that instance, so I was like in between the two tiles, so I was looking for the wrong thing. So once I get to here, I was looking for visual cue in the ground, and then I'm going to charge another moving peel out, but I'm just going to hold it up, and then that's going to send me all the way left, and whoops, I'm not going to pause. I'm going to be able to skip the stage again, because you go, you know, fast enough left, you go all the way to the right. Start of the next level, I'm going to try a setup to get into the boss arena very quickly. If it doesn't work out, then...
Oh, I like this jump. This is a swoosh-like jump. If you hit it.
It's an interesting jump.
Watch him swoosh right in. Go on.
Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, that saves a decent amount of time over going up to the top and back down and doing all the bouncy stuff to get to this boss arena. This is quite a long boss. It's...
Yeah, the obligatory Sonic auto-scroller.
Semi-scroller, I'd say.
It's not as bad as other Sonic games.
Yeah, I mean, shout out Sky Chase, which we'll get to later, actually. 2 minutes and 6 seconds of absolutely nothing. What am I doing? What am I doing?
I lost the cycle.
I thought I was on the third part of the boss, so I was like waiting for Robotnik to appear, and then I realized that I was not on the third part of the boss. There we go. So you see Robotnik's up there and making a rather unpleasant racket. Yeah, shout out to the soundtrack in this game, the Japanese soundtrack at least. The US soundtrack is a little bit rushed together. But
another thing about this game is that the soundtrack actually has like an impact on the run. The American soundtrack is a bit slower than the Japanese one because of the result screen jingle.
yeah, the result screen jingles a couple seconds slower each time that you have to run it. Okay. So I traveled to the past, which gives me a better route for this level, and I'm going to do, or try to do a jump here, which takes me down here, and then from here it's just sort of running to the end. The next level is probably the easiest level in the run, because you can just sort of hold a direction for the majority of it and get through it.
Yeah, shout-outs to Glenn O'Brien.
Yeah. He was a member of our community. Unfortunately, I believe he... was it non-Hodgkin's lymphoma that he passed away from? Yeah, I think it was. But either way, it was a very sad loss. He always enjoyed, you know, running these games. And
Holding right.
Yeah, holding right. We like to honor his memory. So I did a little bit of weird directional movement there
smooth.
to skip a a section where it would send you round and then you'd have to go back to the spring, because those tunnels are a little bit hard to control. But because they're hard to control, at certain points you can mess with movement, and it allows you to skip parts of the tunnel. Okay.
Yeah, try again.
Skill
So-
issue.
Yeah, I went for a subpixel minute there. Not only did the subpixel minute not work out, but it somehow sent me backwards, which I don't think I've ever seen before.
Classic loop path switches.
Please do not speed cap. So this level is, it's supposed to be a race with Metal Sonic, but provided that you do everything correct the first time, which I have not, it's not so much a race. This level's a lot about memorization of where everything is in the stage. It was definitely a difficult one for me to learn at the start. Okay, my P-Loud didn't charge, that's not ideal. Okay, let's try and...
Yeah, you can kind of do anything you want as long as you're fast.
Yeah. Okay, I backed it up. That was a eventful boss fight. In an ideal situation, you'd just be able to go straight through and not have to deal with Metal Sonic at all. But it requires relatively concise movement. Next level, I'm gonna go for a level wrap that it could crash the game actually if it goes wrong. And I don't have a save state to back this up.
Oh, because you had to switch emulators.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Would it be
Well,
worth?
just don't crash the game.
Yeah, just
Obviously.
don't
Or
crash
just
the game.
play it normally without cheating. Doing all these glitches.
Yeah, silly glitches.
What
What
a
I'm
hacker.
actually gonna do is a little bit unorthodox here, and it will invalidate the run. But I'm gonna make a save
Oh,
state.
cheating!
Yeah,
Cheating!
Only
No,
the
if he doesn't load it, it's fine. He's just got the game paused.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm doing so is because if the game crashes, I do not have a backup for it. That's good. Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yay,
Okay, the game didn't crash. That's a relief. So I didn't have to use the save state.
And again, starting it with a moving peel out just to get... Whenever you're moving peel out, you can just basically just run into whatever wall is in front of you.
Yeah.
Which starts the zipping.
Certain walls have interesting collision where, like, they have, like, a different kind of level of solid where you just can't go through them, but the majority of walls you can do. I'm going to do a level reset here to...
Oh, cycle manipulation.
Yeah, cycle manipulation.
So are you going for
The new route,
zip in this one?
I think I'm going to leave it. I'll go for the old route. But there's a new route that saves about, off the top of my head, like a couple seconds, but it's quite difficult and requires some precise jumps. So instead I'm going to phase through this wall, I'm going to jump and hold right, and then I'm going to fall down because I did not set that up correctly.
Oh, you need a ring, right?
Yeah, I need
You want a
a
ring? Okay.
ring.
quick.
Well,
Ring.
where do those rings go? What the hell?
Okay, casual playthrough time.
Yeah, you're going to have to wait for a bit longer now.
Yeah.
That's never happened before.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more.
Come on. So what you would usually do is a damage boost. Jump, why not? You'd usually do a damage boost, which would, like, you'd hit the spike, and the bounce off the damage would push you above the falling platform, and then if you jumped as soon as you landed, then you could just get up without having to wait. Final level of the game, and I realize we are now way under estimate, so I apologize for setting such a high estimate. I'm gonna go for something here. That works. No, it doesn't. Maybe a frame off, or maybe my spin dash was too much, but I'm dead here.
Oh, try again, try again.
Yeah, it's worth me trying
Now you
again.
can get it.
Yeah. So again, this was originally a TAS only strat, but then I believe we made it. There we go.
Yeah. So you're looking to be a very specific speed to be able to clip into that.
9 point. That should work. And then, yeah. So that allows you to skip the annoying bumper section. You clip into that wall by doing a zip from the first wall. And then once you get into the wall, you zip right for, give or take, about 0.6 seconds. And that puts you in a position to climb up. Final boss time. I'm going to do some damage boosting. Okay, we lost that ring, so I need to be careful.
Oh, 0 rings.
Yeah, I need to be careful on the second hit here.
Exciting. Just
Okay. I'm not going to go for it. I think I'll have a
ramping up the
chance
tension for the
now.
final boss. Sonic 2 style.
Okay, that was kind of close. But from here on out, I won't need to do any damage boosting. I just need to be pay attention to strategies and stuff. One thing I will say about final bosses in Sonic games is until... Okay.
Oh, you're just dead.
Yeah, I'm just dead.
Okay.
It's... yeah.
Get your rings.
I have to do another moving pilo and everything
Yeah.
all over again.
I was going to say that final bosses are, like, trivial in classic Sonic games up until Sonic 3 Knuckles, but that just proves that they aren't. I'm very surprised that worked. Okay. So we got it twice in a row, which is cool. I'm going to try and get as many rings as I can for this next attempt so that we don't have to do all that again. Helps. Okay.
2.
Well, we have 2. That's 1 more than last time. I'm going to position myself again and hope that I don't lose the ring. Okay, one's fallen.
What happened to the ring?
It went in my direction, then it fell through the floor, so thank you.
Remember how you said, sorry for going very low underestimate?
Yeah. This is where it all
Remember
goes wrong. This is where it all goes wrong. Right. Prediction in chat, will he finish underestimate? So this peel out needs to be very slow, because otherwise you won't get stuck in the wall. No, that's good. Let's save the rings. No. Okay. 3 rings, which is more than 2 and it's more than 1. I think this run's gone pretty well, aside from the final boss.
Oh yeah. When you get here next time, you have 4 rings as
Yeah.
well. So there's that too.
Yeah. Oh, didn't fall through. Good. Okay, I'm gonna just do it the slow way. Okay, we're good. Time will be coming up when Robotnik loses the last 2 of his 4 banner platform spiky things, and everything explodes and we win. So he's got 1 left now. So he's going to go right, then left, right. Okay, he's going to go over here. And time.
Yay! Woo!
Yeah, thank you. I hope everybody enjoyed that. It's Sonic CD's a game that gets, I think it gets overlooked quite a lot in the classics community. Yeah, feel free to press the nut button into the mic one more
You
time.
did a very good job, by the way.
Yeah, thank you. I'm happy with how that run went, other than the other than Metallic 3. But thank you to my commentators for commentating, and again, shout outs to the classic Sonic speedrun community. If you want to get into classic Sonic speedrunning, there's a link on the Discord.
Or any speedrun.com page. For
Yeah.
Wait.
There's a link on the Discord. Yeah, there's a link on speedrun.com to the Discord. But yeah, loads of resources, loads of helpful people. Yeah, I think that's all from me. I'll be back a little bit later, but yeah, enjoy the rest of the event.
Well done.
Thanks.
All right. We should be going into a 5-minute break now while we set up the next runner. Until then, thank you very much for